about and spending. I also had time to pray for my brother who recently passed away. And the group prayer, the Yahrzeit and Kaddish that we pray for our loved ones is very, very significant. It's lovely. It praises God mostly. It's not really about the person that died, but it praises God so that we know that they are with he or she. And so it's nice to be back again here. Good to see everyone.
Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
My condolences. My condolences.
Yeah. Yes, our condolences.
So I'm Geraldine. I am Roman Catholic and I live in Phoenix. I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to share, but main pieces, yeah. Nice to see you again, Chloe. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
We are very happy to have him today, Werner Volteridao, with us. He will lead us for meditation today. So the time is yours, Werner Volteridao.
Thank you so much. Do I need to do an introduction or anything, or I think everyone? It's been a good minute since I've had a group together. So my name is Venerable Jidao. I'm 36. I'm a Theravadan Buddhist monk, formerly Catholic. I've been a monk for 8 years. My thing is Buddhist psychotherapy, merging Eastern philosophy and Western psychology to help individuals through life on the path to peace. I'm jubilant to share this moment with all of you. Very diverse background and official capacities, which brightens up my day to see social justice and in the room. Something we need more and more each day, something I'm quite passionate about. So let us take this initial encounter with meditation on loving kindness. I think that it is most appropriate right now, given our climate in the world, with things that are transpiring in the United States and elsewhere around the world, most notably the unprecedented flooding in New York and the climate change causing the lack of water in New Orleans. In essence, Mother Nature is speaking louder than ever before. And with the awareness of this, our humans across the US is suffering. And we couldn't help but to also look at our own responsibility and how we can contribute to their well-being. And I believe that the loving kindness metta meditation is going to be good for us today. So whenever you're ready, if we can get into our favorite meditation position. It could be sitting cross-legged, sitting on a chair, with our back straight, our shoulders are relaxed. Bringing our awareness in this moment, relaxing all of the muscles on our face, bringing a small smile to our face. We take our first 3 deep breaths in calming our mind. After the completion of your 3rd breath, your mind should be calm. as we enter into loving kindness meditation, we say to ourselves, may I be happy. May I be well. May I be healthy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May all my wishes be fulfilled. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from mental suffering. May you be free from physical suffering. May all your wishes be fulfilled. Let us now bring to mind our neighbors, our friends, our family, our community, people that we may not know, even strangers out there at the gas station. Let us bring to mind all sentient beings in the world, the north side, in the four corners of the world, the south side, the west side of the world, and the east side of the world. We radiate this loving kindness towards all beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live joyfully. May all beings take care of themselves. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be free from enmity and danger. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings know what it's like to be liberated. Let us take 2 deep breaths. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be healthy. May all of you realize the light of your own true nature. May all of you be healed and be a significant source of healing for others. As we come to an end in loving kindness meditation, you can now relax your concentration. And when you are ready, you can arise from your meditation. I hope that was good. I wasn't given a time time limit, so I didn't want to stay long. I hope that was helpful, refreshing, re-energizing, reinvigorating for all of us in a very hectic day, a very hectic week, the beginning of the week, that it helped with a good start with all beings in our mind, in our hearts, is always a good thing. I'd like to yield the floor back to Venerable Vasu Bantu.
Thank you, Venerable Tridao. That was a very beautiful meditation. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And now we can have 10 minutes to having a conversation on any recommendations that you may have for us to practice meditation and any questions that you may have, Karen, Geraldine, or Cole. So the time is open for all of us. I have a question for you, Bernardo Trinidad. So, do you recommend to play music for meditation or any other kind of song?
So, ideally, in the Theravadan order, the school of the elders, very conservative, strict, and the original teachings, obviously, they want to refrain from entertainment, as music can constitute entertainment. However, based on my experience with Westerners, that you should start off, or I started off with music in my younger days. I grew up with really bad ADHD, could never sit still, an angry child with ADHD. And matter of fact, the loving kindness meditation was my favorite. And I got a CD. It was called Chant of Metta. Chant of Metta. That's available on YouTube. It's a beautiful song in Pali and English that basically says the same thing. May all be well, may all be happy. And it sang in my ear. I used to go to sleep with it. I used to put myself to bed with it and to reprogram my mind. Literally, I wasn't good to myself and I wasn't, good to others. So I figured maybe I should start reprogramming my mind. I have find it useful, necessary, salient for the modern day humans now, especially beginners, to start off with music. And now with the latest research we know in frequency and alpha, beta, theta, how it can calm the overreactive mind. I think humans' mind has evolved, and sometimes that evolution is a double-edged sword. So therefore, we must apply the best available science we know in music therapy and the existing meditation combined together to treat our overreactive mind and how the mind jumps all over the place. So yes, people should listen to music. People should start off with that so that slowly you gradually condition yourself for meditation, and slowly we quiet the music down and we try to do it by ourselves. Silence is not a comfortable thing. Silence coupled with no Wi-Fi is a terrible thing. And so, but thank you. That was a very good question. I think that's appropriate for a lot of people out there who's always having these question marks on meditation.
Thank you. And how long do you recommend to meditate?
I recommend for beginners to start off with a few minutes, perhaps 3 minutes for beginners. Someone who's never known about meditation. It's very scary when someone closes their eyes and the mind tells you all sorts of stories of the past, stories in the future. Never before we are overloaded with information from CNN, MSNBC, worries, anxiety, anguish. We were made to worry. We were designed, evolution, to be worried. 60% in anxiety, I believe 30% in depression, recycling of the past. And the present moment only has a very small chance. So I'd rather my fellow humans take a couple minutes each day, frequently, perhaps in the morning, a couple minutes, while we're eating for lunch, a couple minutes, mindfulness of eating, and in the afternoon to meditate again, to let go of acquired emotions, acquired negative bad habits, and accumulated negative emotions. And slowly we increase. We develop a new relationship with our breath, a new relationship with silence. And as we condition ourselves through time, we start to enjoy it more and more with guidance, with music, and it becomes something that you welcome in your life and you look forward to. But saying 5 minutes, sometimes people could really want to escape. 5 minutes could seem like 5 hours for certain individuals. So a couple minutes starting off would be a good start, and they feel good about that. They say, yeah, I made it. A couple minutes, 120 seconds, 180 seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions, Geraldine, Karen? I wonder also if there is something else that helps you to practice meditation. For example, the environment in which you are, or the weather, something else.
Yes, and please pick my brains. I wait all day for it. I am very human, just like all of you. Don't be shy. The environment is is important too. You want nature. I think you all heard birds, right? Because right to my right here is nature. I look out and there's actually a humongous lake out here, with trees everywhere, and there's birds. Uh, we were made to be with nature millions of years ago. Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, and then came asphalt, right? And then came cement, and then we started putting cities in the middle of forests. So, and then loud noises, cars, radios. So our mind has been conditioned for that. But if a person could ever wander into a park, the beach, the park, anywhere that's nice and green, where you can connect your mind with nature and nature with your mind, is always a big plus. The days of the Buddha, there was a lot of nature. And even when you read in the Bible, you notice that the garden of Adam and Eve, just the word garden alone is refreshing. Just imagine, I'm pretty sure every city has a, like we have Sunken Garden here, which has got all sorts of flowers, big trees, and parrots. It's important because nature reminds us of the three marks of existence, of impermanence, of change, and how things are rarely under our control. And that's always a big plus. It reminds us, we humans simply forget. So by being with nature, it reminds, nature teaches us. Absolutely. Yeah. But if you cannot access that, and if you're able to meditate in a mall, kudos. Because if you can meditate in a mall or Times Square, you can meditate anywhere in the world. You are an impervious human being.
Thank you. So meditation is something that many religions have in common. So I wonder, what is your feelings and your ideas on having a meditation where everybody feels welcome? Anything that we can do for everybody to feel welcome?
Yes. I've been really passionate about merging the Christianity world and Buddhism, the Catholic world and Buddhism. A lot of people are Christians, and we have few Buddhists. We can merge the two together with meditation. For example, the later translations in the Bible is, "Blessed are those who meditate on the law of God." With any religion, we all can agree by following the commandments, for example, is a good thing. Keeping the precept is a good thing. Matter of fact, let me crack you all up with a joke. Somebody wrote on Facebook, if all these Facebook posts out there, put, men can create millions of laws, thousands of laws. But if you don't keep the 10 basic commandments, it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really do anything. For example, the commandments, keeping the holy Sabbath day, honoring thy mother, thy father, don't kill, don't steal. No different than the precepts in Buddhism. don't cheat, don't lie, don't kill, don't steal, refrain from intoxicating substance, refrain from sexual misconduct. If we all can come to that agreement, mutual understanding, the gift of safety, which is first and foremost is needed and necessary in the world, the gift of safety. Because without safety, you can't meditate. And I've told my students, I'm like, imagine sitting behind a tree and there's a rocket grenade launcher flying by. Do you think you can meditate then? So it's a very unifying language, the gift of safety, of which our great Lord Buddha and our great Lord Jesus Christ, the risen Christ, the risen and redeeming Christ, have set forth these laws for us so that we can live in harmony with each other. And so it's a beautiful thing to merge all of the teachings together, to see the commonalities and to share these thoughts with people. Sometimes they were grown up and conditioned within their religion to just know that and just do that. But we help them understand this mutual understanding standpoint so that they can also borrow teachings from others. Sometimes certain religions only describe the what, but fail to describe the how. But when we look at the how in certain religion, for example, Buddhism could be viewed as one of the most effective and comprehensive educational system the world has ever seen, then we realize that we have the what and the how. So with curiosity in trying to understand, it could be useful for all of us involved, trying to make sense of this ever-changing world in modern day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful that we are together today here, all of us, from 5 different traditions and 3 different religions. So thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, Cole, do you have a question?
So, I just remembered, that's one of my favorite meditations, and I started it a long time ago. There is a Catholic, I don't know if she's still alive, a Catholic nun named Joyce Rupp, and she's written quite a few books. And at the end of the book that I read, and I can't remember the name, it had something like The Cup of Life, I think it was called. In the back of the book, she had the meta meditations that was done daily. If you worked her daily prayers, then those were the meditations that you did. And then that's a wonderful meditation for everybody in the world. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Any other comments or questions that you may have?
You mentioned frustration when we came into the call. I don't know why you were frustrated, but something about social justice. But like, I'm curious, like, what you do when you feel that way, like, and especially like when you're having. And I know at Boston you had like on World Peace Day, you were helping lead like some conversations with other people around the world, like, about how to deal with like conflict, or with situations where there's like conflict. So I don't know, sorry, maybe my question was all over the place, but how do you deal with like frustration in the moment when you feel like frustrated by someone else's response, or someone that's difficult to talk to?
Was that question for me? Oh.
I guess I think.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking at Venerable Bantu. I was like, huh? Okay. So number one, the awareness of how intelligent we are. The more intelligent we are, the more we're prone to frustrations, because the speed of our thoughts. And then we smart people, the neurons, protons, electrons, all the trons in there start firing really quickly, faster than most people. This is why people get frustrated in traffic, right? Because we drive and we're like, Karen, or Michelle, or Tom, Dick, or Harry, like, hello. If you ever watch them, they drive really slow and turning, and everything is slow. Why so slow, and why so frustrating? Well, because the processing of information is not up to par with our counterparts, other humans. So therefore, the smart people are really frustrated with the slow people because their brains are not set up the way that they want them to set up the expectations. The study of neurology is that not everyone has a perfect brain. The amygdala and all these cortexes in there. So number one, our philosopher says, number one, know thyself, right? All religions, they want you to know yourself. So with the awareness of our intelligence, how we perceive things, sometimes we jump to conclusions without evidence. Sometimes we blow things out of proportion, also without evidence. It's helped to borrow cognitive behavioral therapy to process in the moment when they're doing something frustrating and it triggers you. Remember to see past the behavior and into the person. What separates us from animals, because we're all animals, right? Homo sapiens, means we're blessed with the ability to rationalize, to think cognitively, intelligence. So you have to use that intelligence to channel so that it ensures your peace. Trust me, I grew up as a very angry young man. My mother was one that just drove me crazy, so I could never sit still. I just wanted to run away from home as much as I could. And to look past certain behavior and into the person and wonder, they're probably suffering too, like we are. When we look at our shortcomings, when we look at our own growing ups and stuff like that, we can think alternatively, and we can put ourselves in their shoes and realize that sometimes they know not what they do, just like Jesus said, forgive them for they know not what they do. And this is why we program our mind with love and kindness also, because it's really easy to choose aggression over compassion. We were just made the way how our Lord made us, or nature made us, or the universe made us. It's quite complex. We don't really know how the brain works. We don't really know how the mind works. We don't even know how our body works. And nonetheless, this is why it's so difficult to figure things out. One could be happy 1 second, and then the next second you're like bipolar. Just like, you ever have anyone who has owned a dog before notices that, right? They're like really loving, kind. They come and they like snuggle next to you, and they're like cute, especially intelligent dogs like Maltese and Poodle, like my dog Bailey. And then 1 second, like they change because they want something, and then if they don't get what they want, then they change. No different than what the Buddha says. Not getting what you really want causes suffering. So look past the behavior into the person. You observe that frustration within you. You try to be patient. You try to sit with it for a second and to be non-reactive and to see the consequences of that reaction. If you were to react in this way, what do you think is going to happen? If you say certain words and you know it's going to trigger them, that's going to cause war. Ooh. How is this going to be short-lived? I have found that the teachings of the Buddha to be effective in this topic and matter and regards, because obviously if your words are not skillful, if you don't train yourself to be skillful in responding to humans and human behavior, especially work, home, or school balance, right? It could burn a couple bridges. It could cause resentment, and certain words, after being expounded, could take years to repair such relationship. People just take things personally. They're very sensitive. People are very sensitive. But that's a very good question, and it requires a very long answer, very long, comprehensive answer, of which can stretch even longer. I just wanted to be considerate of everyone's time. I can sit for 2 hours talking about this because all humans have it. And the end result is, at the end of the day, you look at on the news and you see shootings take place. Matter of fact, here in Pinellas County recently, there was a shooting at a tire shop where the gentleman, who was in his 70s, was frustrated over car service. So when we think about that, reflect on that, we realize people are literally killing each other over a car, over a piece of metal with 4 wheels. You can buy another piece of metal with 4 wheels. and it has caused untold suffering. Now, according to WTSP.com, they have tracked the many shootings that have taken place over very minor confrontations or very minute problems that could be easily solved. And my compassion extends to the family that is affected and all that is affected by such tragedy, because we have the how in Buddhism. For example, Buddhism. There's other hows too in different religion, but we have the how. And I just hope that, we get to spread the message of the how faster and quicker so that people respond in a more skillful and trained way to ensure everyone's peace. I hope that helps. Sorry, I made everyone full with that response.
Thank you so much for sharing. So we are very happy to having you, Venerable Tridao, today, and we hope that you can join us in other opportunities that you are available. We do this Monday meditation weekly, so you are always welcome to joining us to practice meditation together. Thank you so much also, all of us, dear friends. I hope that we have a beautiful week, that we find peace and mindfulness in our days. Thank you so much again, Venerable Tridao.
Thank you so much. May you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. I hope to see you all very soon in the near future. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.